Dig, if you will, the picture of you and I engaged in a kiss. The sweat of your body covers me. Can you, darling, can you picture this? Dream, if you can, a courtyard, an ocean of violets in bloom. Animals strike curious poses. They feel the heat between me and you. How can you just leave me standing alone in a world that's so cold? Maybe I'm just too demanding. Maybe I'm just like my father, too bold. Maybe you're just like my mother. She's never satisfied. Why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when the doves cry. Touch, if you will, my stomach. See how it trembles inside. You've got the butterflies all tied up. Don't make me chase you. Even doves have pride. How can you just leave me standing alone in a world that's so cold? Maybe I'm just too demanding. Maybe I'm just like my father, too bold. Maybe you're just like my mother. She's never satisfied. Why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when the doves cry. How can you just leave me standing alone in a world that's so cold? Maybe I'm just too demanding. Maybe I'm just like my father, too bold. Maybe you're just like my mother. She's never satisfied. Why? This is what it sounds like when the doves cry.
Yeah, Prince when doves cry.
A little Prince.
This is Corner Week. I'm Chris.
I'm Matt.
And this is when the show when we take a certain week in a random year and a random week in our lives and we talk about it. This week is June
17 through 23rd, 1984.
And this has been a lot of fun. We're going to be in 1984 for 2 straight weeks.
2 weeks.
In fact, we're going to be talking a lot of Prince next week as well.
Yeah, so we won't get too in-depth into Prince, even though I got a lot to say and I want to.
I know. So that song is fantastic. Great job.
Thank you.
Much better than the songs we typically cover on this show.
Yeah.
What do you have on this song? What do you? I know you like this song a lot.
I love this song.
So what do you love about it?
One of my favorite Prince songs. One of the things that makes Prince so awesome is his ability to make really simple songs that sort of serve as a bed to so that you can focus on his voice, because he's just got such an amazing voice. And this is one of them where it's a very sparse song. So when you listen to it, it's just a couple things. It's number one, it's an incredible guitar solo at the beginning, which I butchered, but I can, it's kind of hard to do. He does this great.
You were doing it.
I was doing it before,
right
and I was like, you did it, and I couldn't do it. But it's harder on acoustic too, by the way. But a great guitar solo, but there isn't much guitar. It's a lot of synth and keyboard and a drum machine. And there's no bass in the song either. I don't know if you recognize that, but that's so odd. He does that a couple times, but there's no bass, and it just serves as this bed for his amazing voice. Prince has just got such a great fucking range and a lot of soul, and just a great voice. And it just showcases that, and awesome lyrics too in this tune.
Yeah, it is great lyrics, and it's kind of lyrics that kind of sneak up on you. It's a very like sad, somber song.
Oh yeah.
But it's kind of like a peppy like beat to it. It's kind of tricks you a little bit.
Yeah. Did you know this is actually Prince's first Billboard #1 single?
Oh, really?
Yeah. He really, I think I can't remember exactly, but his first album might have been late 77, 78, 79, something like that. So he's still, and he was young. He was like 18 years old when his first album came out. So this is still really early in his career. He's like, I don't know, 23 years old or 24 years old at this time. But this is his first #1. And when you think about Prince and all his amazing songs and like all of his hits, it's crazy that kind of that this was the first one. And it's one of his best.
It's crazy that they at that age they let him basically make a movie as well.
He made a movie. He directed this video too for When the Doves Cry.
Yeah, we're gonna get more into Prince.
Next week.
But we did want to. You love Prince a lot.
I love him.
So you said you have your top 5 singers.
I do have top, and he is definitely on my top 5.
All right, what are your top 5?
Do you want to go? You want to go backwards?
Yeah,
from 5 to 1. That's fun, right? 5 is Jeff Buckley. Actually, do you know?
I
Jeff?
do.
Yeah. So Jeff Buckley, son of Tim Buckley, died young, drowned when he was like 32 or 33 years old.
It's a weird situation with that, right?
Very weird. He was in. I can't remember. I think he was in. He might have been. I think he was in the story. He was in. Yeah, right. He was in like Nashville to record his follow-up album to Grace. So Grace is his big album, and that's really
the one I know.
It is so good. That it's one of my favorite albums all time. But he was down. Like I think he was in Nashville, and he jumped into a river or something to cool off, and then never came back. So maybe he's out there somewhere. Maybe he's like, I don't know, with Elvis enjoying peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, yeah, I bet he's. I bet he's
sandwiches.
Dead. I bet he's probably.
You think he's dead? They never found his body though.
Huh.
Never found his body. Anyway, so he's number 5. His vocal prowess on Grace.
What's your favorite Jeff
amazing.
Buckley song? Because he's not someone we're going to run into doing this.
I've learned. Yeah, you're right. It's too bad. I've learned several.
Like the more popular things, like whatever charting, but he was a bigger name after he died. I feel like.
Yeah, he totally was. I didn't really know him until probably like year 99, 2000, and he'd been dead.
So people who haven't heard of Jeff Buckley, what's the song they should check out?
Okay, so I'd say my favorite is probably Grace. That is a fucking awesome song. But I learned 3 or 4 of the songs on that album. It helped me extend my vocal range learning his songs because he's got such a huge range.
Yeah.
So he's number 5.
Okay.
4 is Prince.
Okay.
I mean, it's hard to once again huge proud, like a lot of soul in his voice, a lot of rock and roll in his voice. Plus, he's just got a huge range. He writes very beautiful melodies for himself. He can do everything. He's got awesome falsetto. You listen to like Kiss, and then Doves Cries all over the place, low and high. He's amazing.
And next week, I'm going to break some spoilers here. We're going to do Purple Rain, the song and the movie, the YouTube show. So, and we're going to talk all Prince.
I don't want to hold back, but I'm holding back.
No, so we're going to hold back on Prince, all Prince next week.
Number 3, maybe not a name you would know, but you'll know who he. So Morton Harkett is his
Morton
name.
Downey Jr.
Not Morton Downey Jr. or Robert Downey Jr. either. Morton Harkett is how if I think
no idea who this person is.
He is the lead singer for Aha. Saying Take On Me.
Take On Me.
If you listen to his,
one of my favorite songs.
It's an amazing song, and he has ridiculous vocal prowess.
Great video.
And a great video, yeah. But he's amazing.
What's another Aha song that I should listen to?
Who even knows? I know I've had it. I know I had his album.
This is your third favorite singer, and you only know one.
Oh yeah, because that one song does it. Yeah, that's enough.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you listen to that song, you listen to his voice.
Prince, one song.
Well, if you listen to if you listen to his, so he has a better range. I know it's tough. I don't want to defend this. I don't even want to defend this because I love Prince so much.
Like I said, this list is odd. This is one of your odder lists.
Good. Well, we'll get another odd one later, probably.
Jesus Christ.
But if you just like he was doing that pre pitch correction, and he's amazing control.
All right. I do love that song. Okay.
Number 2,
yeah,
Aretha Franklin.
Okay.
I love her. Young, Gifted, and Black is my favorite album. She is just she was just an immense talent. I love her. Number 2.
Yeah, I mean, I think when she died, Rolling Stone, everyone's saying the greatest female voice ever.
Probably.
It's kind of seems to be known.
Probably.
That's like a something that's kind of a given at this point.
Yeah.
So okay.
And then number 1, Freddie Mercury.
Oh, all right. Yeah,
my favorite. I mean, he has an amazing range. Just all like very expressive. Wrote great melodies for himself.
So you're a big Queen fan?
Yeah, I would not as big as some people. There are a lot of Queen songs that I really love, and I really appreciate him. And they're live. Have you ever seen their Live from Montreal show?
I don't know.
You should go back and see it sometime. It is.
I usually like watching live stuff.
It is so good though. To see him pull that shit off. What they do is really hard. To see him pull it off live is crazy. Like he's amazing. They're amazing.
No, I think Queen is great. They were one of my favorite bands.
Oh, are they? I was
Yeah, I like them a lot. One of the first CDs I had as a kid in junior high was a Greatest Hits Queens, like Volume 1.
Yeah, was it the blue, dark blue, royal blue one?
Yeah,
because I had that too.
And I like to listen to it. Yeah. I think they're fantastic. They're amazing.
Awesome.
They're like probably my top 3 or 4 bands of the 70s.
Yeah.
They're great. So I mean, Freddie Mercury's voice amazing.
He's
So that's not weird. That's not weird. You said you had another weird one. That wasn't.
No,
weird.
I was saying weird one with the next list we might get to
yeah,
eventually.
okay.
That might be.
Yes.
I'm a weird lister.
You're a weird guy.
It's true.
Are you ready to move on to our movie?
No, I just want to say a couple more things about
Okay.
this song. So I already talked about like the kind of the construction of it already, that he directed the video, but also Rolling Stone listed this as number 52 on their 500 greatest rock songs ever.
Oh, when Doves Cry 52?
Yeah, and I think I'd put it up a lot higher on my list. I'd be interested to hear where this is going to be on Kirk Minahan's top 100 list. This better crack the top 20 or he's out.
Okay.
No,
All right.
no, but I think it should be. I think he would probably respect this song too. He probably respect. He did say that Prince was maybe the best guitarist.
Okay.
So
this wouldn't be my top 20.
you know the top 20 80s tunes.
This might not even crack my top 5 Prince songs. I don't love this song as much as you do, but
Shut the fuck up.
we can get into it next week.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
the other thing is, so this is a
So
continue.
I'll be kind of down on Kirby Presents top 20.
Well, then we'll fight about it.
I'm sure Kirk really,
what does he care? Right?
really cares. what
Which
we say
one?
about,
Right.
Yeah.
Last thing I wanted to say about this is kind of a continuation. So on the Wednesday show, we're going to talk about this as well. But this was the last song written for Purple Rain too.
Oh, all right.
And it was kind of a similar situation.
Okay.
Like he needed, he's needed something that would round out the CD, or the record, wanted to write a hit, and in one night wrote this song.
Yeah, and because this is 1984. 1984 is just an amazing year of music,
Movies,
and culture,
music.
and everything.
Yeah.
Our song is "Dancing in the Dark" by
right.
Bruce Springsteen.
Yep.
So that'll be on a Wednesday show along with Ghostbusters.
Yes.
And you ready for the movie?
Yeah.
That's
Let's.
it?
Yeah.
The movie is another classic because it's 1984. Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom.
Right.
So this week, here's the top 3 in box office. You had Ghostbusters was number 1. Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom was number 2, and Gremlins was number 3. Gremlins is a movie covering on Saturday show.
Yeah.
So you just a top 3 of that caliber is kind of unheard of. To have 3 classics,
It's pretty awesome.
it's pretty amazing.
Every single one of these movies. The cool thing is I know I saw each one of them like a ton of times when I was a kid, but I haven't watched it since. Like I probably hadn't seen Ghostbusters. I probably hadn't seen Temple of Doom in 20 years, I guess. I probably watched it 20 times as a kid, but I haven't seen it in so long. So it's a pleasure to go back and watch it.
Yeah,
Like this has been an exciting week for me.
This has been great. So how it worked box office wise was Gremlins and Ghostbusters came out the same week, which is just unbelievable. And then the week
crazy.
after that, this one came out.
Yeah.
And it's just like I just can't imagine going. I saw these movies in the theater, but I was 4. I don't really remember. I know I went to them and saw them, but I have really no recollection of it. But I can't. Imagine me like 14 and like knowing these movies are out. I would have gone like a batshit crazy.
Oh yeah,
Like, incredible.
absolutely. Yeah.
This is so. This is your favorite Indiana Jones movie, right?
It is. I know that's controversial as well.
It is because it's not the best movie.
It is, but I know you like Last
You're
Crusade
wrong,
better.
but okay. Yeah. Okay. So
Because you go 3-1-2.
So I'm a little conflicted now.
Good.
Yeah, a little bit. So definitely 3 is my favorite. Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade is
It's
the
a
best
good one.
Indiana movie.
Yeah.
I will say this. Here's my qualifier here, and it's kind of a cop out. I think Indiana Jones.
We don't allow cop outs here.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom is I enjoyed it more than Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yes.
But Raiders of the Lost Ark is a better movie.
You think so? Like,
Yeah.
what makes it better?
It's shot better. It has better script construction. It's not as much of a meandering mess as this is at times. But this movie, in my opinion, is more exciting and just for me more enjoyable to watch. But I think it's very close for me.
Yeah.
2-1-1-2 at that point.
We sort of covered this a little bit when we talked about Last Crusade, but Kate Capshaw, I get your feedback on Kate Capshaw. While watching it again, she was pretty annoying, actually. She was just
annoying.
screaming the entire time. I liked
But I think it's part of the joke, though.
it is part of the joke, but it kind of got too much. Like I liked when she was squeamish and kind of going through the bug thing and indie, but like when she was literally screaming for like 2 minutes straight, I think, at some point when they're in the temple. It was just like, come on. Oh, I think maybe when she was lowered down into the volcano,
into
the lava or whatever. She's just straight screaming. And it's kind of like, come on, Kate.
This is kind of a
do you want me to give the synopsis? I mean,
it's right. Man, I was
right.
a 15-second synopsis.
Indiana Jones is in
case you haven't seen it.
is in Shanghai. He's trading an artifact for a diamond, and he gets hoodwinked. It makes his escape on a plane with a Short Round, his child sidekick. And Willie, Capshaw, who's an entertainer. That
Willie Capshaw, that's her name in the film.
Capshaw, right?
Yes, Willie
No, it's Willie.
Yes,
Well,
no, it is
Kate
Willie.
Capshaw is her name.
Yes.
Willie is the entertainer's name. So now it's going to be longer than 15 seconds because you fucking stop me. Anyway, they crash in India.
Isn't boring at all. Yes, go. Yeah.
God damn it. Taken to a village whose magical stone and children have been stolen, and Indy decides
Magical stone and children. I love that stone gets top billing over the kids.
It's true.
Okay.
So he decides to go to Pankot Palace, which is nearby, to get the stone and the kids back. They eat snakes.
All right, everyone's seen it.
They eat chilled monkey brains.
They do, yeah. And then
they go into the temple, which is underneath the palace. What the fuck? It would have been 15 seconds if you didn't interrupt.
I don't think it was needed for this movie. So Steven Spielberg directed this.
Yeah. It's a prequel.
It is a prequel, which is part of the reason it doesn't
It's
work.
shot different, actually, to me. It looks older to me. And actually, I like that. I like the way that it's shot. The colors are different. It's different. I also like the location, being in Shanghai and India.
I love the opening.
Yeah, the opening's beautiful.
Credits are amazing.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. And it's a tribute to Steven Spielberg. The funny thing about Spielberg is, and the more we kind of watch these movies and go back, he doesn't get enough credit. He is a really good director. I know that people are probably going, obviously. But he is the way he shoots things, though, it's really creative and interesting and fun.
Yeah. And
he's known now, I think, because he hasn't had the best the last decade, as kind of like this guy that just makes blockbusters or maybe like not that great dramas lately.
Yeah.
But this movie is shot in a really interesting, creative, and fun way. It keeps it going. I mean, Last Crusade, which we did on the podcast, that was shot beautifully.
Yeah,
beautifully shot.
Yep.
And it's like, oh man, this guy almost is a victim of his own success.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I felt the same way about the opening number where Willie is singing in the dance scene and all that. I only had one problem with that. The room seemed to get bigger during part of it. Did you see it where like they sort of expand the amount of dancers
I think
back there?
That's intentional.
Was it intentional?
Yeah, I think it's like this is almost like a fun serial.
They're
letting you know like this isn't real. Like,
right.
We're all gonna have fun. Just strap on for the ride. This is sheer entertainment.
Yep.
I think they did that on purpose to make it not seem realistic because it's telling you as the audience, here's what you're in for.
Right. I was wondering if you think it's wrong that I liked it when Indy punched out the waitress, but that made me laugh hysterically. Did you see that scene when they're in the fight when he's scrambling to get the antidote? He turns and she's back there.
And he punches
Is that wrong?
I mean, something I bring up. I wasn't like.
I'm sorry. I felt bad laughing, but I was like, oh my god, that's funny.
I do want to mention the writer. The writer. So, it was oh my god, I'm forgetting the name now. He wrote Grand Canyon. Lawrence Kasdan.
Right.
Was supposed to write this. He could not have ran away from this fast enough.
He hated it.
He hated it. He hated the idea. He thought, and I guess it's true. Lucas and Spielberg were both going through either divorces or bad breakups at the time.
Right.
Both in kind of dark spots. Spielberg, I think, was having some issues with the success of E.T. I think it's hard when you're like super, and we talk about this with the Springsteen.
Sure. Yeah.
It's hard when you become ultra successful. Like, how do I? Because it must be scary. Like, how do I measure up now? How do I top that? So he was in kind of a dark place. Lucas was in a dark place. Yeah. And they made this movie, which is much darker than the other indie movies. Oh my god, I keep fucking up his name. It's Kasdan. Was like, you know what? I don't want anything to do this. So they brought out a different writing crew. And it was, I'm sorry if I mispronounced their name. It's Willard Hayek and Gloria Katz, who are husband and wife. And they wrote this. And this movie is a huge hit, obviously. Yeah. So, and by the time this movie's done its run, they are huge, giant names in the screenwriting industry in Hollywood. So they then leveraged that to direct a movie produced by George Lucas.
What is it?
Howard the Duck.
Oh my god! I forgot about that movie. I saw that in the theater.
Which Hayek directed.
What the fuck were
Katz
they thinking?
Produced it, and the two wrote it. It destroyed. It's one of the biggest box office bombs ever. It's a movie we should do with Blind Mike.
Oh yeah,
for a movie rush.
Yeah. That's a great one.
Fantastically bad. George Lucas had a lot of influence with it. It kind of set him back a bit too.
Good. He needed a break.
This movie's bad.
Jesus.
But it destroyed their career. They kind of did, but they never really worked again. They never had that much power again. But it just goes to show you, they had a string of successes before Temple of Doom.
Did they? Do you know any other films that they wrote? Because I didn't know that. No, don't worry about it because I don't remember.
But they one bad movie though, and this happened with Michael Cimino.
Oh, that's right.
With Heaven's Gate, he directs Deer Hunter. He's the king of the world. Then all of a sudden, one like colossally bad movie can destroy your career, and I just think that's really interesting. He's like, man, like. One bad season in baseball, would that destroy your career? Maybe not. Maybe someone give you a chance again. But Hollywood's less forgiving than sports.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got hundreds of millions on the line. Maybe I don't know how much that costs to do it.
It basically box office wise, it probably broke even.
Yeah.
But when you consider how much it costs to market that, that's not included in in budgets.
And really?
So that lost a ton of money. They had high hopes for it. And also think about Measure Your Studio. So you think this movie's going to be a hit. So now you've reserved maybe June 19th or whatever. I'm just throwing out dates. That's going to be your tentpole movie.
Right.
So it's not just the fact this movie broke even, but you could have put a different movie in there that
might
would have made a lot more money.
Yeah.
That's where you get fucked.
Yeah.
And Howard the Duck, if you were alive then, or if you know anything about it, that movie was, I even said it to you, you immediately knew.
Yeah.
I mean, historic.
Oh, yeah.
But,
I know I saw that in the
but
theater.
the movie they did before that was this.
Yeah. Well,
Isn't that sad how fast it can go?
I can't believe they would have written that. That seems ridiculous. So was it true that it was this film that was responsible for the PG-13 rating?
So
Is that right?
Here's what happened. It was this movie and it was Gremlins. The two things being in this movie, he takes the heart.
Oh yeah, Omom Shabbat.
So that was, I guess, horrified audiences because this was rated PG. And then the other thing was Gremlins, when they put the gremlin in the microwave. That was a huge,
because it does explode, right? The gremlin explodes. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah. So I guess those are the two reasons that I guess MPAA had major issues. Half of it's a board, and that's who creates the rating. So when you see an R rating, it's this board of people, usually old white guys, who create this board, who create these ratings. So they watch.
So literally, like, they watch the film together, and then they decide if it's going to be PG, PG-13, or R. Like, that's what they do.
But there are some rules.
Okay.
So if you say fuck twice, fuck, automatic R, no matter what.
Really?
Yes.
The F word?
You could have it be the nicest movie in the world. We could save the world and we sugar and flowers and rainbows. But if I say fuck, automatic R.
That's stupid.
It isn't. It's a way for people. So here's why they did that. So let's say you want to make an R-rated movie.
Oh, okay.
Now you don't need to go over the top. You can just throw in
say
two
fuck
fucks,
twice?
and now you have that.
Why would you want to?
Are trying to make a PG-13 movie, and you go with the one fuck, they'll be more lenient because they see what you're trying to do.
I see.
So it's a way for these movie studios to kind of game the system, and it's a way for MPAA to kind of see the filmmaker's intent.
Yeah.
Or not the filmmaker, honestly, the studio's intent.
I know you're a big fan of ratings.
I hate ratings.
Yeah.
So I don't believe art should have ratings. I think parents, the idea that, like, and this goes back to the discussion we had, is parents are going to yell at me. I don't believe that you should shield your children from art. I think kids should see whatever. It doesn't really matter. I know I don't have kids, so people can yell at me all they want. I don't believe in that.
What do? It's up to the parent to just explain the situation
or whatever.
Just
figure it out. If you're going to see with your kid, maybe see if it's something your kid can handle or not. I don't know, but I just think ratings establish a false reality. So now, because it's fuck, it's an R, but it's not an R-rated movie. Or what is R-rated?
Right, maybe there's not a lot of violence or whatever.
Or like Schindler's List. I think that I think that was that an R. There's a lot of controversy with that. So there's some movies that kids won't see simply because it's PG-13 or R, but they should see. But now they won't because it has this rating because 4 white guys who were like 90 years old decided a certain thing. Right. Yeah. It's like, all right, well, what are we doing?
Yeah.
I don't know. So I'm not a big ratings fan, but Spielberg, after this, when he saw this movie, he realized this was a problem, and Spielberg went to the MPAA.
Yeah, I saw he lobbied.
Hey, we got some issues here.
Yeah.
And this movie was PG, but 2 weeks after this came out, they established the PG-13.
Do you know if they changed the rating on this film in
nope.
time?
So how it works with ratings, and for instance, Jaws is PG.
Jesus Christ.
Ratings don't change. So once it's rated a certain way, it does not change.
Really?
Really. Unless you re-release it, then in theory it could change. But ratings do not change. So once the board has ruled, it is so.
Stupid system.
Yeah. So for instance, they changed the rating in our lifetimes. There used to be something called rated X. Now it was like basically like,
and NC-17, is that
right? So that was the newest rating. The newest rating is actually NC-17.
Okay, all right.
But they don't retrograde it. So things are not rated NC-17. They're still rated X if they came out before whatever 1990.
Okay, so NC-17 is the new X.
Yes.
So what was X? Do you know what X was signifying before? Was it you should be 18
excluded? You had to be 17 or older, I believe, to see it, or 18 or older to see it.
Okay, so it was the same.
But see, R, you can go with the parent.
Okay.
It's my understanding that NC-17, you are not like even if your dad or mom says
they won't let you in.
You are not.
Okay, all right. So that's the difference. I see. They definitely.
So a lot of movies then will choose to go unrated. They're like, you know what? Fuck you, MPAA. I'll release it unrated. But then MPAA just has kind of a game in the system, and they're like, well, then we won't promote you, or we'll make it harder for your movie to exist.
Really?
Yeah.
They can do that?
Well, not anymore because now you have streaming stuff.
Oh yeah,
things are getting complicated as we speak.
Okay.
So
yeah.
So that's how that all works.
Okay.
More or less, my understanding of it.
All right, so you want to go back to the movie a little bit? Like there were some things about this film that I love the adventure part, like the whole scene where they're going through the mine, like the mine cart scene.
It's great.
Is a lot of fun. And there was some shit. Do you know I think this is actually a shot that I pulled for a tweet too, but I saw it in there right when they get into the temple. They look like they're in a cave with all these stalactites and stalagmites, and it's all red in the background. It's just their silhouette. I just thought that was such a beautiful shot. Like, I really liked the temple.
I love
shots.
the entire way this movie looks. The bridge scene is fantastic.
Oh, that's the other one.
Scene is fantastic. The Obi-Wan Cafe. The whole thing is beautiful. This movie is, the production value is so enormous here. The effects are great.
Yeah. I mean, it looks a little dated, but I can see that at the time I would have
less
thought
dated
so.
than Ghostbusters.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, especially the
and
top.
We talk
of the,
about that.
Top of the building.
If you want to know about like why the effects look differently, they actually were different companies, and we talk about that in our podcast.
Yeah, we do. Listen to that on Wednesday.
But yeah, I thought the effects look great. I think Harrison Ford is fantastic.
Yeah, he's great. Actually, that's why I think he was better in this than Last Crusade. I think his acting is better. He's got that shit-eating grin. Like the part where
so good in both.
He's good. I just feel like he's better.
He's so bad.
I love the scene.
Like, he's just so mailing.
He's not as good.
He's having fun here.
He's having fun.
And this came out around the same time.
I love the scene where he's like just about to get to the bridge and someone's challenging him with a sword and he goes for his gun, doesn't have it because of the.
And you can see he's having so much fun. He's having a blast.
Because in the first one, he has his gun. Right. Some guy's coming with him with a sword.
Two guys. He's oh fuck.
He has to run away.
Which is a great callback.
So good.
Let's talk short round.
Okay. Yeah. How'd you feel? Actually, I really like the character, and I really like the actor.
The actor is incredibly charismatic. I wish he did more. He did Goonies, obviously.
He did Goonies.
So his first two movies were this, then Goonies, and then he did some Asian, like Taiwanese films, some other films, and then he kind of just fell off the map. Which I know he's a child star, but I just think he's really charismatic, and he's really good. He has like a likability element.
I love that Indy has the most capable child sidekick. It's like he could choose any adult as his sidekick, but he chose this kid because he's the most capable thing he could find.
It is weird. It has that Batman and Robin oddness to it.
It does, but he's so capable. It's really neat.
It is odd.
So what's problem? I mean,
there's something race elements, right?
I don't think Harrison.
English.
There's that, but I don't think Harrison Ford's I don't think Indy treats him like that at all. I think he treats him very much an equal.
I agree. I just think that this movie, all of it, has some. This movie would never be made today.
No,
and I'm not saying this right or wrong. I'm not Mr. Woke by any means. I'm just saying it was watching this. I can't help but think it's like, ooh, what would they have done differently now? Maybe it would have been like I can see they want to get a minority in there, which you can kind of like, all right, well, that's cool. You want to make it look different. But then even the stuff with like the village, the whole time you're like, I don't know.
It's a little condescending. The village scenes, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously Ford becomes the White Knight to save the day.
Right. It's problematic. Yeah.
So it is a little bit of that. I'm not saying that's bad or good. Believe me, I'm not. It's just watching it was interesting. But maybe we should be more like, just tell good stories. Who cares if it's woke or not?
Right.
And this was a good story. I was entertained by this.
Yeah.
We don't need to be lectured when we watch a movie either.
No.
And I think a lot of movies do that. So, in some level, it's more fun to go back and watch these older movies that aren't under this vision of it has to be this certain way where like, a white man is the evil guy because it has to be.
Right.
It's like, well, that, like Knives Out.
I haven't seen it yet, but
Knives Out has a very woke, it's very woke, and the ending before you get there because it has to go a certain way.
Right.
Because the villain can't be other people because it has to be woke.
Yeah.
Where this movie, you felt anything goes.
Right.
And that's what the song is to begin it.
Yep.
And then you even have a child prince that you're like, this kid could die too.
That's true.
It was kind of a fearless movie in that way.
Yeah. I like that it also had a sense of humor about itself too. I mean, they all kind of do.
These movies do.
But like with Wuhan, I think is Wuhan his sort of partner that you never see is the guy.
Wuhan?
Is it Wuhan? Is that his name?
I don't know. I think I would remember that considering what's going on right now.
I think that's Wuhan.
What's his nickname?
Coronavirus? WHAN. No, I think that's the character name. It's his old part. It's the waiter who comes with the gun. I think that's his name. I would like to see more
of him.
I know, but it was so funny. He's like, we've been on many adventures together.
Like, oh no!
He just gets shots.
You're like, weird. Short Round never asked about this Wuhan guy.
That's true.
I'm like, what is it?
He's like, I thought you was your partner. What the hell?
You think they all would have been buddies? The three.
You think so, but no. And then actually, it's a little weird that Short Round doesn't come up at all in any of the other films.
I know.
It's like,
I think
it makes sense.
They tried. There was some sort of thing with the most recent one, the debacle with Shia LaBeouf. I think they were maybe trying to get that might have just not worked out scheduling wise.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, it would have been a nice reference in Last Crusade.
That's what I mean. It does having to be prequel complicates things.
It does.
Maybe needlessly so. I guess they didn't want to be Nazis. I get that.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
But
that's
you could have told the same story in 1951 or maybe 1946.
That's true. Yeah, you could have.
I don't know.
Anything else with this movie?
I want to do our list. We have a fun list.
Oh yes, list. Want to introduce it?
I do. So this is the top 5 Steven Spielberg characters. Now, I only did movies that Spielberg directed.
Okay.
Not produced.
Fine.
Okay. And basically any character goes. It's top 5 characters, not necessarily actors, but characters that appeared in a Steven Spielberg movie. Should I start with my number 5?
Okay.
Okay. You're making a face.
Well, because I know you're going to make fun of me.
Your list probably sucks. Number 5 is Dr. Ian Malcolm from Jurassic Park. Jeff Goldblum's character.
Yeah, he's good. He's really good.
He's really good. He's awesome.
He just
he's
missed
smart,
my top 5.
He's funny. The whole time he's on scene, that entire movie, he was the one I was rooting for the most. I wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
No,
the
Sam Neill and Laura Dern, they didn't quite.
Nah.
You would root for him. The kids were kind of annoying.
Yes.
But he was the one. Him and the Bizarre Way. I liked Richard Attenborough's character.
Who was he? Oh, he was
own the
right.
island. I felt bad for him.
Yeah.
He was trying to make this fun island. Yeah, he definitely had
some serious moral implications.
I know, but I was like, the guy's.
Nah.
All right, you down? All right, I'm probably alone on that one. All right. So Dr. Ian Malcolm.
Oscar Schindler, number 5.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing here. All right. I try to stay away from actual.
You want to go funny? You want to go funny, but
I try to stay
can't
away
tell
from,
a lie.
Non-fiction people, but all right.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he really existed. Yes. You thought it was a fairy tale? This was fake.
Not the no, but
Holocaust,
I thought the character.
Do you know the Holocaust?
Yeah, I know that existed, motherfucker. You son of a bitch. What, you didn't like it? And played by Liam fucking Neeson in an amazing way. Let's move on to number 4.
Oh, God. I don't know what to say.
Good, speechless. First time you fucking don't talk your face off.
Fantastic. All right, we're moving on.
Told you you'd laugh at
so
me.
many things I'm going to say that are just throwing off this network.
Good.
Number 4 is Quint from Jaws.
Okay, he could have easily cracked my top 5.
Did he crack your top 5?
Did he? No, he didn't.
What? You don't have Quint?
No, but Roy did. Roy Neary did.
Well, we're not going anywhere. But who did?
Close Encounters.
Is that your 4?
Yeah, he's number 4.
Okay, we got to talk about Quint for a second.
All right, let's talk about
Quint.
He's great. No, he is great.
I mean,
he's
Quint's
close.
on everybody's list, but yours.
Yeah, but I'm not everybody. I'm my own man. I told you you're going to kill me for this list.
So number 4 is who?
Roy.
I hate that character.
I love that character, and I think the film's awesome. This means something.
I don't like
the
this
potato,
movie.
the music theme. I love it.
I do not like this movie. I think it's one of his worst works.
Oh, it's not.
And I think it's one of Dreyfuss is
no, Dreyfuss is really good.
Worst.
I actually
do not like him.
I do not like Dreyfuss in most things except for this and one other thing.
Poseidon?
Not Poseidon.
Not there yet. I see. Oh god, this is like Dreyfuss light list for you. Number 3 for me is maybe controversial, but Indiana Jones.
Okay, yeah, he's on my list, but not at 3.
Okay, yeah, I know it's probably a little low. I liked indie movies. They were for me. Indiana Jones movies were on a lot on HBO.
Yeah,
when we were growing up in the 80s. I like the character a lot. I like it more than Han Solo. I think Indiana Jones is like fun. Harrison Ford's having more fun doing it, I think. But number 3 is that's still pretty fucking good.
Really
high.
Yeah.
Spielberg's had a lot of amazing movies.
Yeah.
But the other 2 I think just mean more to me. But what's your number 3?
Martin Brody, Roy Schneider's character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I love it. And Jaws is such a great film. It's like it's one of the scariest fucking horror films ever.
Incredible.
It's a fucking shark too. I don't want to go in the water.
I have more to say.
Sharks.
I have more to say about
Oh, no.
what's your number? What's my number 2? My number 2 is E.T.
You son of a bitch. I made fun of you before the show about this, I think.
You did.
Fucking E.T.
E.T. is
He's
incredible.
a fucking puppet.
I love E.T. so
Oh.
much. E.T.
Whatever. Phone home, bitch.
E.T. phone home. So, I don't know if you know this. So E.T. is fake, but Oscar Schindler is real.
You're a son of a
Did
bitch.
you know that?
They didn't jump through the moon?
E.T. So E.T. by the way, the first movie I saw in the movie theater.
Was it really?
Yeah. How about that? Huh?
In
It was very late
84.
in its run. This is back in the 80s. Movies would be on.
I was seeing
in theaters
films
for like 25, 30, 40 weeks.
I was in the theater much earlier. I was probably 3 or 4 when I saw my first film in the
Yeah,
theater.
I was 3. E.T.
Oh, I guess, yeah,
82.
you're right. You're still a year. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I forgot that.
Very young.
You seem older, but you're younger.
Yes, I feel old after
Wait,
hearing,
so that's
after hearing your Schindler.
So that was number 2?
That's my number 2.
Number 2 for me is Frank Abagnale.
Oh,
Catch Me If You Can.
This is tough. So I try to stay away from nonfiction. So he's real too.
Yay. I didn't know we were going not
no,
real.
it's fine. It's a choice I made. So Frank is the that's the son.
He's the son.
I almost went with the dad.
Dad's good too.
Christopher Walken's
Yep.
character. I
Yeah,
think
he's
is,
great.
Frank's kind
Actually, and all 3 of them I thought too.
They're all good.
Yeah.
they're all good.
What's his face? Tom Hanks.
Could you
Can't
make
remember
a
his character.
case that that's Spielberg's best movie this century?
You know, I haven't seen
Actually,
it
I
so long, but I
can't.
loved it.
You know what I like more than that?
What?
No one else likes but me and maybe you. I think.
Yeah.
Munich.
Munic's a great film.
Munich is.
This is pretty damn good, though.
And I actually had our time
Catch Me If You Can's
reading
really
off
good.
some of the Munich guys because I think that movie's amazing. I love Munich. If you haven't seen Munich, check it out. Catch Me If You Can, obviously, is brilliant.
Yeah, it's a really good
I can't argue that.
Okay, good.
My number one?
Yeah.
Martin Brody.
Okay, that works. Yeah, he's great.
There's no one. Who's your number one? Is it
Indiana?
Oh, so that
yeah.
You misled me with the Richard Dreyfuss thing.
I know.
Okay, you scared me.
Good.
Okay, so Martin Brody. There's no. I would say Martin Brody. So I talked about this when we did the movie rewatch for Rocky V.
Right.
Rocky Balboa is my favorite character in film.
Yeah.
In my top 10, probably my top 5 is Martin Brody.
Yeah.
I love this character so much. I am just with Jaws to me is the rare perfect movie. There's no scene that shouldn't be there. There's even maybe no lines that shouldn't be there. It is crisp. It's perfect. It's amazing.
Even the score.
Everything
is like top fucking notch.
Casted perfect. It's just amazing. By the way, Mrs. Kittner, the one who loses her son, she just died of coronavirus.
Really?
Yeah, about that, right? She's 91. So it means she was 46 when she made this. Jaws.
Wow. So wait, when did Jaws come out? 70s?
76?
Yeah. And it's still
77.
Like this movie is still scary to me. Now it's rare that I would see a film from then that would be scary.
It completely holds up. The suspense holds up. It's amazing. It's a masterwork.
Yeah.
But Martin Brody is maybe the best everyman ever.
Yeah.
Like if you don't relate to Martin Brody, like I don't know what planet you're on. And maybe you're on a planet where Oscar Schindler doesn't exist. But for the rest of us, Martin Brody is amazingly relatable. Roy Scheider is incredible. By the way, Roy Scheider is in my favorite musical ever, All That Jazz.
I don't know that I've seen
All That Jazz is, you need to watch All That Jazz.
Should I? I just really don't like musical theater at all.
No.
Really do not like it.
Dark. It is.
Is it?
Incredible. All That Jazz is not a musical. It is a musical, but it's not. It's like the anti-musical.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Check out All That Jazz.
I'm picturing Chicago, and I just want to like.
Same director, Bob Fosse. But this is basically. I don't want to give anything away. It is. All That Jazz to me is like this incredible masterwork.
I'll watch it.
And he's in that. Okay. He's basically playing Bob Fosse, Roy Scheider is.
Okay.
And he is. It's incredibly dark. It's incredible. It's made in '79. Roy Scheider, obviously French Connection. Incredible actor.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
Incredibly underrated.
Yeah. Did he do Jaws 2 as well?
He did.
Yeah.
He did. It was a cash grab.
Yeah.
Not a good movie. We kind of, I think in our world, we kind of pretend it doesn't exist. Although we might run into Jaws 3 and 4, unfortunately, in doing this.
Were they blockbusters? I remember three with Dennis Quaid and SeaWorld?
That was
3? Was that 4?
3 or 4?
I remember SeaWorld.
Michael Caine is in 4.
I don't even
forget which one. 3 is, I think 3 and 4 we're going to run into. So
that's too bad.
I know.
That's a good list.
Indiana Jones, anything about that?
No, I mean, what else to say? Like we've already talked about it. I mean, there's not much to say, I think. I mean, he's amazing.
Good. All right.
So we just have an amazing week of podcast week. 2 weeks of podcast, really, because of this Wednesday Ghostbusters.
1984.
Saturday. It was just 84.
The next
2 weeks in a row.
So we did obviously Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom today. The next 5 movies are all movies you've heard
They're
of.
all
incredible,
fun.
Giant hits. Some you may like more than others. But so we have on Wednesday we have Ghostbusters, we have Dancing in the Dark,
we got Gremlins, and we've got Time After Time.
Yeah, on Saturday. So Gremlins, Ghostbusters.
We're just watching.
Even the music is incredible. So,
yeah, the music's great. The top 10 now of music is great too. It's awesome.
Yeah, this is quite a time.
We lucked out.
1984 is one of those just incredibly culturally relevant years. If you're younger, you haven't seen Ghostbusters or Gremlins, check them out. They do both hold up. I saw both recently. I saw Ghostbusters, obviously. The show I saw Gremlins about a year or so ago because it's one of my favorite Christmas movies. But go check both out. They are phenomenal. And that's all I got.
Okay, that's it. So thanks for watching. And Justin, you can take us out, buddy.
Woo.